Hey guys, what's going on? It's Izzy Seiko, and today we're going to be doing a video on HiRez's Paladins patch OB37, Open Beta 37 patch. Um, they released the video, I want to say 2 days ago, on their YouTube page for HiRez Paladins, and they dropped a lot of really good information on us, so I'm here to just recap everything and talk about my feelings on those topics. So to start off, we can get into the new skin that they released for Frontline Makoa, which is the plushie skin available in two colors. This purple color pictured here, and we have the blue color as well. In addition to those skins, they also reworked the Founders Packs. Alyssa touched on two new options with the Founders Packs. So now the normal simply unlocks all characters, and they have the Fernando skin as well as the limited mount, and that still is $20. And the second option is the Epic Founders Pack, which you get 800 crystal, 15 loot chests, the skins plus a 1-day boost, as well as the all characters unlocked. And finally, the third option for the truly hardcore Paladins player would be the $60 option, which is the Legendary Pack, where you unlock all champions, future and past. You'll get 40 loot chests. You'll get the full Nightbane Cassie set, 1500 crystal, and the Fernando Aries skin and mount. So instead of just having the regular $20 founder pack, they have completely revamped that system, and now there are 3 founders packs, depending on your level of play and how competitive you choose to be at the game. Okay. Oh, I left out that the legendary also has a 30-day booster inside. Excuse me. Okay. The next few things they touched on were the map reworks. In the video, they talked about Lumber Mill. They actually added in a few landmark items within the map so that it can be easier while playing competitive mode to do callouts. They're reworking the graphics. They're making everything look much more vibrant, and I think it's a good thing. I have not yet unlocked the competitive play of Paladins, but I can definitely see playing games like Halo or Call of Duty that you can easily call out an enemy Canessa from behind a landmark. There are not really too many landmarks on Paladin maps aside from points and like left point, right point, upstairs. Like there's not really too much that you can work with. So I think that the addition of larger details within the map is pretty good for those competitive plays with HRX coming in the future. Champion trading is also another aspect that they added to the competitive play. So while playing competitive, you do draft your champions. So instead of a character who has first pick picking their character, perhaps they will be able to now pick a character for someone who has a later pick in the draft and then trade that character over to them in hopes that that person is a better choice to play that particular champion. Say everyone always first picks Sky, you could pick Sky and then trade it off to a teammate so that they can play Sky if they are a higher level gold or silver Sky. I personally don't have much experience with the competitive aspect of this game, so this was something new to me. It's interesting to think about. I think it's a cool idea. I'm familiar with the drafting aspect of online card games and TCGs, but I've never really heard of this mechanic within a hero shooter. And finally, the news that everyone was waiting for is the new champion. Um, this is SHA LIN. He is an archer. He's very dissimilar from Cassie, however. So his left click is a great bow, which deals one shot. The pullback is 1.5 seconds on the bow, but his damage can go anywhere from 300 to 1100 based on how far you pull the bow back and how long you hold. His complete range of a full pulled back shot is 450 feet. 450 feet, which gives him great range. I think one of the greatest ranges in the game, right after Grover. While his bow is drawn, however, you do have a 30% slow of your movement speed. Okay, he has no reload, also like Grover, very much so. So he has an unlimited amount of arrows and does not have to wait for any kind of reload. His right click is directly associated with his left. It is Impaler. Impaler causes the arrow to glow, which shoots the enemy back once it's hit. If the enemy happens to hit a wall, it will pin them and stun them to that wall. They added another mechanic to the right click, which is a little interesting. It summons a pillar. If you shoot this impaler arrow at a wall, it will summon a pillar either horizontally or vertically in front of SHA LIN, which is good for him to get away or to shoot and jump on top of to gain accessibility to other areas of the map. I feel like this could take a lot of practice to get used to. You're going to end up shooting a wall and putting a giant pillar somewhere where you didn't want to. They don't last too long, probably about 3 to 4 seconds, which is not bad. But I just feel like this is, I would personally have to play with this character to see how I would mix that particular move into my own playstyle. Okay, so his F is going to be withdraw, which basically he leaps back and he goes into stealth. He leaves an after image of himself. In the HiRez video, they touched on using the pillar and then using the F skill withdraw to leave an after image, so that in the time it takes your opponent to leap over that pillar, they'll see your after image and they'll assume that's you. I feel like it's a little silly because the after image is just kind of standing there. It's not moving. And Paladins is not a game where many characters just completely stay still. Even a Kanessa on top or Cassie sniping is not going to be staying still. She will be strafing. So I feel like anyone who falls for that is really a new player to the game. But still. The Q skill we didn't get a chance to see in the podcast with HiRez. They said it wasn't ready to be viewed yet. It is not a skill that we've seen anything like in Paladins. It's called stationary. So it plants you in place, which means you cannot move until the skill is over or you cancel it. Gives you a 65% boost to bow speed, and then you have continuous fire. So it takes about 1.5 seconds to draw back on the bow, as we spoke on. So a 65% boost to that 1.5 seconds. You're basically going to be drawing your bow once every less than 1 second, and you're getting continuous fire. So you're dealing about, depending if you hold, you're dealing about 500 damage per shot. And I think that's a super viable skill. That's a great Q. Unfortunately, we weren't able to see that in action. And then we have the ultimate skill for Shaolin, which is Heat Wave, 30% to movement, 50% faster bow speed. You also go into health and you create after images after every shot you take with that continuous fire every 2 seconds after the shot is taken. So you're basically creating a sea of mirages to confuse your opponent, and you're also in stealth. Your opponent only gets a ping of you after every shot while you're in stealth. So I see how this can be super viable in this format. It's going to be very difficult to deal with this character. I feel like anyone who picks him up is going to have to practice a lot, but he will be one of the top champions after OB37. And I think the teams who are heading to HRX are definitely going to have to factor Shaolin and his playstyle into their repertoire, because they're going to have to learn how to deal with him, because Cassie's already a problem. So Shaolin being somewhat of a magical stealth sniper archer, as opposed to Cassie's ultra offensive, quick barrel rolling sniper, is it's going to be interesting to see in the current format. So that's all for the video. That's all they really touched on in patch OB37, and I look forward to the update. If you are still interested in the old Founders packs before the rework, as we touched on, I would say buy it now before the patch, because once the patch goes through, those old Founders packs will no longer be available. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.